as I said, 55 points. No one's ever put up that many points in an NFC Championship game. Do you believe this Eagles team is actually better than the one that lost 2 years ago to Kansas City?
I definitely do. I definitely do, Jay. And it starts with a man named Saquon Barkley running behind this offensive line. You know, you look at the first drive of the game the Commanders had. It was like 17, 18 plays. Big, long, grimy drive. They get 3 points out of it. Eagles have a decent kick return. This is the first play. Again, we talked about this. He doesn't lose speed. He does a spin move into a pressure set and goes in for 60 and a tutty and is burning everyone. It is wild. And then here what he does is great. He presses a hole. There's your jump cut. Luvu's untouched here, but he can't deal with the jump cut. And he's got enough speed to go to the corner. It's the same thing. You press the hole, you jump cut, you get out, and again, speed to the corner. Nobody's touching this guy. This man is having a generational year, and I think if you're the Eagles fans, the next thing that you love to see, 3rd and goal, you got to speed out to A.J. Brown. A.J. had 96 yards today. This is the part of their team that has been the most inconsistent. It's been their passing game, and there's no reason for it because you got everybody on deck trying to stop Saquon. You got everybody trying to get past this offensive line, and no team has been able to do that. And then you've got A.J. Brown, who's a premier talent. You got Devontae Smith, and you've got Dallas Goedert, who's also a very, very great tight end. So I think if you're an Eagles fan, seeing A.J. Brown there today get 96 and a tutty, you are thrilled about that. And I haven't even started on Vic Fangio and the defense. So number one, remember, last year, I know you asked about the Super Bowl team, but even just going back to last year, this team at the end of the year had Matt Patricia calling plays. They got Vic Fangio on their number one defense. Matt Patricia versus Vic Fangio is the difference between Pluto and the sun. Okay? That's the truth. This guy, Vic Fangio, has got the number one defense. They got the best runner in the game. I mean, it's not even comparable to go back a couple years. They've got a ton of tools in the toolbox.
Pluto and the sun.
Might be a bigger difference. It might be further.
Right.
That was the furthest distance I could think of.
That's fair. That's totally fair. Hey, Jade, let's talk about Jayden Daniels real quick. I thought it was interesting to see Jay Stroud. They asked him about his season, Daniels' season, and Stroud said, it's better than my rookie season, best rookie season ever.
Yeah.
Have you ever been more confident in a player's future than you are in Jayden Daniels right now?
I have not, and I thought C.J. Stroud obviously had a tremendous year, but you talk about Jayden Daniels' future, and it is as bright as anyone you could imagine. First off, the way he uses legs is unbelievable. He just glides up there. But again, we talk about it week in and week out, the poise. I mean, this is 2nd and 16. It's 14-3. You need a big play, and he fires a strike that was unbelievable. Again, 14-6, and another strike that leads to a touchdown to scary Terry McLaurin. 1st and 5. We're back there. We got people coming down. Jalen Carter's running around. Okay, I say gliding. He's just running by guys, gets out of bounds.
He never hesitates to make that decision.
And it's just so smooth. And again, Zach Ertz, would have an older guy. We were drafted in the same class. Again,
right.
I'm a bit jealous of him because he's still playing. I'm obviously on the desk with you. Not that I don't enjoy that.
No, I take no offense.
Yes. And even this touchdown run, like this play is dead in the water.
Yeah.
It should go nowhere, and he puts his foot in the ground, and the whole Eagles defense falls for it, and he walks in untouched.
Yeah.
So I look at the way he played. I look at the way he throws the ball. I look at the dual threat he is. I do believe he reads well. I hope Cliff Kingsbury, his offensive coordinator, stays, because that's always good to have that, development with the same guy. This is a special, special player, and this team is only going to get better.
It's really interesting because, after hearing C.J. Stroud's comments, sophomore season, as we all know, even though they did great, they made the playoffs, there was a lot of consensus he just wasn't as good as sophomore. So it'll be interesting to see Daniels, how he does in sophomore season. I agree with you. If you can keep Kingsbury around, just some familiarity for Daniels. Right?
And you said it. You hope that this is one thing that people don't understand. When you go from college, and especially Jayden Daniels playing at LSU, you don't get that much time off because you're in your 2nd semester.
Yeah.
So you go to the late bowl game. You might get a week or so for Christmas. And those coaches in college got you back in school, back lifting weights, and you're right into the swing of things. I remember it very vividly. My first year, we had obviously a long run, went the whole way, and then all of a sudden the parade happens, and they're like, hey, we'll see you in April.
Yeah.
You've never had that much free time as a human being playing football in your life. It's the truth. I know it sounds crazy.
Right.
But you have never had that. Even when you're a kid, you're in school. So there is a big part of this where I hope he's got people around him that say to him, hey, you're about to have a ton of time off. You got a lot more money than you used to have, and you got a lot more fame. Let's just, have fun, but let's make sure we're still working.
Not too much fun.
Not
Let's
too
check
much
out
fun.
the odds for Super Bowl LIX. And it's the Chiefs 1.5-point favorites. What do you think in 2 weeks out?
I think the Eagles have a more talented team. Both teams are talented.
Yep.
Like the Eagles have a very, very talented team. So do the Chiefs, but I'd give the nod to Eagles there. Where I think the Chiefs really have the advantage is coaching. Andy Reid's the best coach in the NFL. That's just a fact. He is him. So you look at Andy Reid versus Vic Fangio, that's going to be an absolute juggernaut showdown.
Yep.
But Andy Reid's got Patrick Mahomes. So I still like that matchup because of Patty Mahomes. Where I think the big advantage is here is Steve Spagnuolo versus Kellen Moore and Jalen Hurts. I do believe that you've got a ton of talent on that side of the ball for Philly. But if you can slow down Saquon, I looked at Josh Allen today. 4th down touchdowns. Even the touchdowns that weren't 4th downs, a ton of 3rd and 9. There's a 3rd and 13 in there. Josh made a ton of plays. They can get Jalen in those situations. He is not Josh Allen.
Yes.
So I really think that Spagnuolo, the man who beat Tom Brady, man who's beat Josh Allen a bunch of times on defense,
Yeah.
I think that that's going to be the key. If he cooks up another winner, we're going to have a three-peat.
4 Super Bowl rings for Spagnuolo already. He has the most ever of any coordinator. But you pointed this out earlier. It's the Fangio Spagnuolo.
Yes.
Two of the best in the game.
And
that's wild.
Jay, you said it, and it does go to show you, I think that most people would agree with this, but in the NFL compared to any other pro sport, and obviously coaches matter, but when you're calling a play for every single moment of the game and putting guys in situations, in matchups, the coaching in this league is a huge ordeal, more so than any other sport. And every single play matters. And you saw it firsthand today with the very last play of the game. You bring the corner blitz, and Spags gets the last laugh.
He absolutely did. And now he's going to the Super Bowl once again. Luke was great. Thanks for this, buddy.